press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, how are you all? Hope doing well. Okay, so today let me start with something different, something new. The other day we did discuss about Parliament, right? Do you remember anything about Parliament? Maybe you are feeling like I have heard this word somewhere, right? Yes. What Parliament does actually? Maybe forgotten, right? Okay. Yes. We did discuss about Parliament, right? Why do we need a Parliament? How Parliament works? What are the functions of Parliament? We did discuss about all these things, right? So today let us discuss about something that Parliament does. Okay, let me take you to a few questions here. Okay, let me make your brain work, because it is Jan, right? COVID-19, you are at home just playing, doing nothing, no books, nothing, totally free, right? Yes. So let me engage you with few questions here. Have you ever thought what would happen if there was no law in any of the nation? Imagine a nation, or probably just like each and every house is having its own rules and regulation, right? Yes or no? Do you agree with me? Okay. Imagine you had no such rules and regulation. Would you not enjoy it? Would you not feel that yes, like total freedom? There is no restriction at all. You have no restriction. Example, now whenever you used to come to school earlier, now it is COVID-19, I totally understand your school has not yet started, online classes we are taking, right? Imagine it starts and there is no rules and regulation. You can come at any time, you can go at any time. If at all you have such a facility, what would you do? Definitely we would see only benches rather than students here, right? Yes. So this would be the outcome, or probably I would see students more on ground rather than in the class if there was no rules and regulation. Am I right? Yes. What is law? What actually is law? Imagine a nation, a country without any rules and regulation. No rules and no regulation. There are nothing called as a restriction and all, nothing absolutely. What would happen to the nation? Yes, now we have laws, we have rules, traffic rules especially. Most of the people, maybe you love to ride bikes, you love car, you drive for two, right? Maybe you have the driving skills, or probably you have the riding skills, or probably you might even take, let me tell you, don't drive or ride much, okay? That is not good until and unless you are 18 years of age, because you can judge then. Even then, you might be crazy about all those things, right? Yes. So imagine if there was no traffic rules. We have certain traffic rules, right? We have to go from left side itself. If you want to overtake any other person from right itself, you have to overtake. Yeah, the speed limits will be given. Humps you have, right? You cannot go out without wearing helmet, right? All those things are rules. Who made these rules? Who gave you these rules? Or let me ask you, who has asked you to follow the rules? What would happen if you do not follow these rules? Do we have anybody to punish? Do we have anybody to question? Why did you do this? Why? Who are you to do this? Why you did not follow the traffic rules? Why? Somebody is there to question us? Definitely we have our inspectors, circle inspectors, right? You call with some nicknames to them, right? Yes, let me not discuss about it. Yes. Imagine if at all there was no rule as such, what would happen? Just imagine road wherein you don't have any rules, no helmet, not necessary, need not go from left, however you want you can go. No signals at all, wherein you need not wait, okay, no speed limit at all. What would happen? We would see more and more accidents, right? More and more problems on the road. We would definitely see this, right? Yes. To have or to control these things, or to make people not to have that kind of, to bring each and every person under one roof, laws are made. Rules and regulations, set of rules and regulations. We need a law. We really need a law. Without any rules and regulation, without any, without having anybody to rule us or anybody to regulate us, it would be very difficult for a person. It would be definitely very difficult for a person to lead a wonderful life. We have restrictions, we are having laws and rules, we have that fear of getting punished. Now, in the class, you cannot eat chocolates during the class hour. What would happen if you eat? If at all the teacher gets to know, you will be kicked out of the class, you will be punished, you will be given extra work, right, as a punishment. Your parents would be called out sometimes. So these are the consequences, right? So don't you think law is important then? Don't you think law is very much necessary for us? Definitely law is very much important. So what exactly is the law then? So law is essential, and it is a set of rules and regulations wherein each and every person is bound to follow. See, imagine a nation without any rule of law. Okay, without any rule of law. You don't have any rules, you don't have any regulations, there is nothing called as the law. What would happen? Definitely there would be increase in the crime. Though we have so many laws here, there are so many acts we have seen here, still, yes, still we feel that, yes, there are no, we can see that there are so many problems. We can see crimes happening. Though there are so many rules and regulations, so many laws, strict laws for that matter, still we see across our land, we see so many crimes happening here, right? Yes. So that is the reason we need law. So what is the law? Law is a set of rules and regulation which is mandatory, nothing but it is compulsory to be followed by each and every person. It has to be followed. Who has to follow then? Well, is it, okay, now you say that yes, each and every person should follow. I'll give you an example now. Imagine, see, this has happened actually. Okay, this has happened actually with me itself. I was on my bike, I was riding my bike, okay, wearing all helmet and all, like I am very particular with the laws and all. So I was following all the rules and regulation. Signal, okay, at the signal we had that red light, so I had to stop. Okay, I was waiting to get orange and then green light. I was waiting for my turn. Till then I could hear a honk. Car, a very big Innova. honking. I turned and I gave, he said, "Madam, I gave a bit place." That person just, he didn't even check the signal, he went. I was like wondering, why, I am standing here and this person is going, who is he? Then I could see the symbol government, okay, Karnataka government, like all the boards and all was there. I was thinking, what did I do? Being a citizen, I should have questioned the circle inspector saying, why law is it only for me? Why it did not get applied to that person who didn't even stand, who didn't even wait, though he is a citizen. Maybe he is some, some minister or something. He might have got some immunity, no doubt. See, I'll tell you about immunity in further classes, what exactly we mean by immunity and all. But only because he has got immunity does it mean he need not follow any rules and regulations? I should have asked. I failed to ask because I could not see any circle inspectors there. Okay? We keep quiet. Being citizens, we keep quiet. Right? Yes. So now see, laws are a set of rules. Okay, so now when we say that it has to be applicable to each and every person, then why did that person went, though he saw it was a red light? This is the question. Keep this thing in mind. I'll tell you another story after few minutes. Okay. Now let me discuss certain things about law here. See, law is a system actually. It is a system to control each and every person. Now when we did discuss about constitution, we know very well how constitution came into existence, right? How difficult it was to bring the constitution into existence. This we know. We have come across the difficulty, okay, we have come across the difficulty here. We know it very well, how constitution came into existence, with what all difficulty it has come into existence. So now, law is the way, system to control people, so that people do not do any or commit any crime. Understood? To control the crime. To control the crime, we need law. So law is a set of rules and regulation which is mandatory in nature, and with that it involves consequences, and again it tells people not to commit any crime, you will be punished. It is a kind of, we can say, a warning there. If at all any person is violating law, definitely he will be facing certain consequences. So now law is the system of controlling system, so that the crime gets reduced. To reduce the crime itself, we need laws there. So law declares how we must have and consist, it is nothing but how to control the people there. So with that, it is law recognizes causal link or principle whose violation would make them pay, or it is penalized, either with fine, okay, they'll be no doubt with fine they'll be punished, or sometimes imprisonment. Okay, those are possible here. So they have to follow the laws. Then law is important here. Do you think law is important? Now we got to know what is law, right? It is the set of rules and regulations. It is mandatory in nature. It is a system of control. Why is it important then? Why laws are important? You might have come across many laws, right, regarding to marriage, regarding to the property law, or probably even those law regarding to voting and all. You might have come across these things because every now and then we keep hearing these. Right? We have come across. There are so many laws, right, related to environment, related to, like all the crimes, related to motor vehicle, related to insurance, right? There are so many laws. So why is it important for bringing so many laws here? Is it important? Does it has any weightage there? Definitely it has. How is it important then? See, what is the need? Why is it important? Laws are required in society to regulate the behavior of the individual. See, individual, imagine if there was no law. Imagine, okay, just imagine. I kill one person. There is no law in our country for killing or any crime. I kill a person. Should I be punished? Because there is no law as such. So I may keep killing each and every person because there is no law at all. See, let me tell you clearly. If you say, I didn't know this law exists, then you are not excused here. Okay, ignorance to law is not excusable in nature. Always remember this. Ignorance towards the law, you are not excused. You cannot say, oh, killing a person has got a law, like, yes, will I be punished? I did not know this law exists because I never came across this law. You cannot say this. Okay, so to regulate an individual, to control an individual, because every now and then everything happens because of an individual, because of the citizen, right? Anytime, see, as we have discussed about constitution itself says it has given the rights to enjoy the rights. Again, there is a limitation with your fundamental duties. Right? Constitution has got fundamental rights wherein you enjoy the rights. So many rights are being given. But to control those rights, again there are many duties that are applicable. So this is how the nation tries to control people. So the very first need is law required. Okay, law is required in a society just to regulate an individual. So without a law, life and business would become a matter of survival, not only of the fittest but also of the most ruthless. We know the survival of the fittest concept, right? Survival of the fittest. The one who is very strong, he will stay. The one who is, who doesn't know anything or who doesn't have great hold will never stay in the society. So this we know, to control all those things, the law has come into existence. If at all there was no law, definitely we would see no life, there would not be any business, all we could see just crimes happening in and around our society. The next one is law is the potential tool of social change. Okay, to bring a social change, we need law. So as and when the society changes, as and when the society feels that yes, we need certain changes in our society, we have to see that we get a law for the society. And that is much more important. Okay, that is much more important. So next is, it is essential for keeping peace in the society, to maintain peace, and we have to maintain peace. For the maintenance of peace and security. Why this peace and security is important? It is important because it is very, very important. The reason is maintaining peace and security. Imagine if at all there was no law, crime would increase. However, though we have laws now, strict rules and regulations are there, we see every day in one corner we see so and so person was killed, right? So and so person was murdered, rape activities, right? We see the so and so person's house was looted, right? Robbery, theft, all those things we come across, so many things, murder, right? Or every day we hear cheating, fraud. These are the common things we do here. So crimes are still happening, right? To regulate, to control people. To control people, we need law. Okay? So it is essential for keeping peace and security. To maintain peace and security, because people want security. Imagine now COVID-19 started, right? COVID-19 started, we know this thing, right? So when this started, if I'm being a teacher, I'm telling you, if at all I see a place sealed down, you know how they seal, right? With that blue sheets they cover, or probably a big barricades, or like the gates and all they keep and they close, right? So once I see that, I get scared because my God, it is near to my home. How will I travel then? Seal down. So all these things starts coming to my mind. So I need peace. If at all, imagine something happens near your house. Okay, somebody comes and robs one house. Would you be, peaceful that day? From next day it starts. What if the person, he comes to my house? What if he, my, you will be totally disturbed. You will not be peaceful. If at all there is strict law, then only you will be peaceful. So to maintain peace and security is main. Security, right? You need a security. So as there are laws, people are secured. They feel that yes, if anybody does anything, if anybody violates my right, again I can question, I can take an action against that particular person. If any crime happens, definitely we can, punish that person. That's the reason we feel secured. So to maintain peace and security, we need law. Next is establish rules. Okay, to establish new rules, we need law. To protect the rights and freedom. Okay, to protect the rights and freedom, we really need laws. But who will be doing this law? Forget about do law apply to all, like we'll learn it later. Who makes the law and how? And how do new laws come into existence? What is the base for it? Okay, let me tell you this. Earlier, okay, maybe during 90s, 80s and all, 90s, let's take 90s or even 2000 and all. We had small phones, right? Keypad phones. If you have seen it, probably maybe you were in maybe 8th or maybe in 5th. Or no, not even 5th, very less, maybe LKG or whatever it is. We had this keypad mobiles, right? Now we have all those smartphones, Android, we have iPhone, all these things. There are variety of phones. How did they got to know that yes, we can bring this and people would go mad with that or people would buy it? How the producer, how the manufacturer of those phones got to know that yes, these are the products required for the people? He surveyed. He surveyed the place. What actually a person needs, he understood. He did the marketing there. Okay? To know what is the need of the person, he actually, he came for the marketing. He understood that yes, people need so and so thing. So they got these products. They brought those products into existence. Understood? So who makes the law? Who makes the law? It is done by the authorized person. Now we have central government and state government, right? Yes. Few powers are distributed among the central government, few are with the state government. And at some point of time, only the central government is having complete power. Right? Yes. So when it comes to this, laws are made by the government. laws are made by the government. So the government makes all the laws there. Parliament. We have three organs, right? The legislative, executive and judiciary. The legislature does the, or it gives the laws. A parliament. We have studied this in why do we need a parliament. We have already discussed about why do we need a parliament. So in there we understood that parliament is, we need a parliament because parliament is the one which makes the laws, like discussing. Okay, the Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, they sit together, they discuss, and the bill is the proposal. Okay, the law proposal, it is discussed, and later on once it is assented, once the president signs it, then it becomes the law there, right? So we had discussed about these things. So when it comes to the law, see what happens. Who makes the laws? What happens? It is done by the parliament. So parliament makes the laws. Okay, the legislature makes the laws. Rather, let's not take parliament, the legislature makes the laws. Executive executes the laws and judiciary interprets the laws. So now, do law apply to all? Let us discuss about this. Okay, let us discuss about that. So, before I discuss this, what are the sources of law? Excuse me. What are the sources of law? We have so many sources here. Very first source is custom. Okay? Paramparangitavagi bandirantadu. Parampare. We call it as a custom. Something that has come from time immemorial. Okay, so those are the sources of law. Custom, then judicial decisions. Few of the judicial decision. Keeping in mind certain cases, the judiciary gives certain decisions. Those decisions will be called as law sometimes. Those are taken as a law sometimes. Then is legislation. Religion and legislation. We know this, right? Our legislation also is the one which gives us the law here. So these are the sources of law. Next is, yes. Okay. So let us know about, do law apply to all? Now I gave you the story here, right? Okay. I was riding bike, I did stop, but some other person he went. Why? Law does not apply to him. Is there any equality here? When we seek equal protection of law, equality before law, then why is that I could see the discrimination? Why I was discriminated here? Why did they discriminate here? So, do law apply to all? You have another scenario. There was some government official, okay, whose son had done some crime, okay. To hide his crime, or he was punished for almost 10 years. He was punished for, the punishment was given for 10 long years. What did this government official do? To make his person escape from that particular punishment, he did hide him. He actually did hide him. Is it the right way? Is it correct? Whatever the government official has done, was it correct? Can you consider this to be the correct way because the person he was hidden, he was hidden there. Was it a right thing? Was it a right way? Why? Only the person, see, when you are making laws, you have to treat every person equally. Right? You have to treat each and every person equally. If you have failed, then what is the use of the law then? What is the use of law there? Right? Yes. So the above is, when I said this, it is clear violation of law. What is this violation of law? What do you mean by violation? See, it is nothing but you are not abiding by the rules and regulation. You are not following the rules and regulation. You have failed to follow the rules and regulation, that itself is violation. You are going against the law. No person is above the law. Do remember this, no person is above the law. You might be any politician, you might be anything, including our Prime Minister and President. They have to follow the law. No doubt there will be certain immunities given as they are in the higher rank, but still they have to follow the law there. Understood? So here the members of the Constituent Assembly, they have agreed that there should not be any arbitrary exercise of power in independent India. Arbitrary, what is this? What is the meaning of arbitrary? What is the meaning of arbitrary? It is nothing but going against. Okay, so arbitrary, something wherein it is not neutral. Okay, so arbitrary. So what they have said, see, government officially, any person might be a government official or even a common man. Law should be applicable to each person equally. Okay, law should be made available to each and every person equally. So arbitrary, based on random choice of person rather than any reason or system. So based upon arbitrary. It is like choosing. Okay. So is this correct? Now the government official did hide his son just to make him escape the punishment. Was it the right way? No, right? So he has violated the law here. So, every person, when Constitution itself says that no person is different, we don't treat any person differently here. For us, each and every person is equal. Law should be applicable to each and every person equally. So here, the most important of this was that all persons in independent India are equal before the law. As I told you, each and every person is equal before the law. So the law cannot discriminate between the people on the basis of their caste, race, creed, etc. No. No person should be discriminated on the basis of their race, their color or whatever it is. No. Each and every person is equal before the law. So the laws apply equally to all citizens of the country, wherein what is the rule of law? You know, the rule of law, we say it is rule of law. Okay, what is this rule of law? Rule of law is nothing but making the law applicable to each and every person equally. No person is above the law. We don't consider any person above the law. We consider each and every person equally. We treat each and every person equally in front of the law. So see, different communities enjoy different degrees of autonomy. Now the punishment, in few cases the punishment that two persons received were different. Okay. So same crime varied depending upon the caste, creed, etc. Earlier days, this was very common. During our say king and queen era, this was very common. During British era also, they got the Rowlatt Act. Okay, they got this Rowlatt Act, which will be discussed very soon. Okay, see, most of the people, they were discriminated on the basis of their caste or say race, and what used to happen, the upper caste people, they never received the right punishment. Though the crime would be same, they would discriminate. Earlier days, this would happen earlier days. That's the reason law is important. If one law is brought to each and every person, then what happens? They would not, there would not be any discrimination, and people would be treated equally. Each and every person would be treated equally there, because nobody is above the law. No person is above the law. Each and every person has to abide by the rules and regulation. That's the reason, we have to follow this rule of law. Rule of law says that itself says that each and every person is equal before the law and no person is above the law. So here, whatever the government official did do, he did hide his son, right? That was very wrong in nature. Whatever he has done, he has violated the law. He has went against the law here. So that is totally wrong. Earlier days, this was very common. On the basis, punishment would be different. Yes, you are in my favor, I would punish you in this way. He is not in my favor, I will not punish him. So I will severely punish him. Okay, I will give more punishment to him. So this is the difference. Can we do that? No, we cannot do that. So during British era, or say like colonization, the first that colonial law was very arbitrary in nature. They got this Rowlatt Act wherein without conducting any trial, they would decide the punishment. Trial is nothing but all the evidences should be collected. They have to do the proper investigation. They have to even give the chance to another person to give the words from his side. He has to be heard. If there are two parties, one party is the one who has done the crime. Even he should get the chance to explain. That used to be not done by the Britishers. Earlier days, this was very common. And whosoever used to criticize the rules and regulations given by the Britishers, they would be punished without giving any reason. Without giving any trial, without any reason, without undertaking trial, they used to be punished. So this was very wrong. So Indian nationalists, they started protesting against this and they started criticizing the arbitrary rule given by the British. Imagine, I am very good with British. I have done some crime. The same crime is done by you. You are not in favor of British. So they would discriminate. I am in favor, I would not be punished, or I would face some less punishment. You are not in favor, you would get more punishment. Arbitrariness. Understood? So this was the thing that was followed by Britishers. The Indian legal profession began emerging then. Demanding for respect in colonial courts. So they began to defend the legal rights of Indians. They used certain laws which defended the rights of people. So Indian judges also started playing a greater role in making decisions. So see, there were mayor courts earlier in India. During British era, we had mayor courts, that too in Kolkata. Okay, only few places had these courts. So when these courts came into existence, we have taken much more laws from British as we were ruled by Britishers. But later on, what Justice Bhagavati, what did he say? He said that why we have to just apply the rules and regulation given by somebody else don't do that, because every situation is different. Every case is different. Every crime is different. So please change the punishment or rules and regulation based upon each and every situation. So even judges started playing, they played a very important role in bringing laws, rules and regulations. So what did this happen? Like with the adoption of the constitution, the documentation which has helped or which has been the foundation for many other laws. I have told you many a times, it is the the land, the law of land, right? Because without constitution, no other law can stand. Because keeping in mind constitution, other laws are made. So when it comes to this, you have come across many other laws which were brought, right? It was related to your Amendment Act, Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, wherein daughters, mother and even son have got equal rights on the property and all, right? You have studied about this in your class 6th or something. Yes. So when it comes to this, I have two questions which you need to answer. How do people come to think and propose that a new law is necessary? How do they suggest that we need any new law? How these laws will be brought into the, what I can say, like execution? How do they bring it to be executed? We will answer this in next classes, okay? So today we got to know what exactly is law, what is the importance of law, what is arbitrary law and why violation, like what happens if anybody violates the law, what is rule of law. So we shall discuss this and why, how the new laws are brought into existence in the next class. Thank you so much, dear students. Have a great day. Enjoy.